Bitcoin has been pumping ever since Trump struck against Venezuela on Friday. In today's video, what I'm going to be going over is the current market analysis, my bias, and also any positions that I'm currently in right now. Before I jump into my analysis, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment, and let's go straight into it. So let's jump into BTC firstly. So for those who are confused and asking me about my position, and I mentioned that I was taking a short on BTC in my previous video at around 91,300. Yes, I got stopped out. And for those who are silly enough to ask me what's going on, why did you get stopped out, don't really understand trading. And I will assume you're a novice to trading. Losses are part of trading. Besides, I have a hedge long currently in play, so I'm more than happy to take this loss. The risk was well worth the reward, and trading is all about taking the risk as long as it's part of your plan. You should always stay consistent to your trades to let your edge play out. In fact, I may even look for another entry short. Now, let's go straight into what my logic and my thinking behind taking this short position. I'm going to remove this from here and I'll show you what I'm thinking about. Now, from this area, I took a short. The reason that I took a short, number one, is that we were in this consolidation, internal consolidation. We came to the top of this consolidation. We tapped into the 61.8 level. We also tapped into a psychological level at 90K. On the lower time frames, we can also see some key areas that we tapped into, including a fair value gap and an order block, which I won't go into. And I took an entry from this area down here and I had my stop loss slightly higher above down here around these regions. Now, yes, I got stopped out and I'm more than happy to get stopped out as it's part of trading. I will still be looking for shorts. Like I say, I've got a hedge position long and I'm more than happy for the market just to pump from here because I've got positions running long. I've got my spot bags that I'm more than happy to pump. Now, the region that we're in right now, let me just explain something to you guys, as I didn't mention this in my previous video. This down here is known as your accumulation phase. Accumulation is what moves and drives the market. We have buys here, sells down here, a lot of build up of orders. After the accumulation phase, we normally get something known as your manipulation. This currently could be, and I specifically say the word could be, as a lot of you are going to start grilling me if this doesn't happen. This could be your manipulation phase. And I like to see how we react from the highs down here. I mean, if we don't take out this high down here, that's a major sign that we're going to come back and take that out at some point. And I would like to see something like that. We can also see we are in a market maker buy model. Here's your sell side of the curve and here's your buy side of the curve. Now, after the manipulation phase, we normally get something known as distribution. So I'll mark that in green for you guys. So you have accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Now, this is actually what I am expecting to happen. Now, if this doesn't happen, I'm more than happy to see price move up. So if we get this move, now this is on the daily time frame. We can see the range down here. We can see the manipulation and then we'll get the distribution. Now, if I remove these and just tidy things up, now what we can see is although this accumulation, manipulation, distribution is going to happen on the lower time frame on the daily, what we can also see is something else, because we can see this possibly being an accumulation, right? And then we may get the move down, and this would be your, if we come and break out these lows down here, this will be known as your manipulation. So we have accumulation here, manipulation down here. And then, yes, of course, you guessed it, your distribution to the upside down here. So that's your manipulation. So what I'm expecting for price to do is something like this. Accumulation, price will come back down. At the bottom of the accumulation, we'll have a manipulation. And this is where people would think that it's over and we're ready to collapse from here. And what would happen afterwards? Distribution. And this phase down here is where it will be a denial-led rally. We currently have right now a small glimmer of hope, and that hope will get destroyed when we have this move down, and then we'll get this move back up. So let's see how that plays out. That's how I'm seeing BTC right now. And like I say to you, I may take another entry. I may take another short down here. I'm more than happy to take the risk for short down here because it's well worth that short and that risk. Now, if we do continue moving up from here, let's look at our upside targets. So the first level I'm looking at is around 96K. So this fair value gap that we have down here, that's my first target. My second target could be around, let's go into the daily time frame. My second target is going to be around the regions of, I said it in my channel before, 100K. So I'm looking at that psychological level of 100K. So let's see how that plays out. I will keep you updated on any other moves in the market over the next couple of days. This candle does look aggressively bullish to the upside, but this could be convincing people that we are back and we're bringing back hope and more confidence within the market, which is great. But this to me looks like a fake move, and we could collapse from here, causing people to basically step into the fear territory again and essentially piss them off. Frustration, and then that small glimmer of hope that we have right now will be destroyed as we come to the downside. Now, Ethereum, I am still in my position on Ethereum, and let's see how that plays out. Again, I'm in a short and a long in Ethereum. I will hide this for now. So in terms of my actual position on Ethereum, there was a couple of reasons. The first one, I know I entered it slightly early, but the first one was, number one, we tapped into my target level 1 and I was expecting a reversal down here. Number 2 is we had a breakout from this accumulation phase. This is your manipulation phase. And I was expecting price to just tap into these highs down here and a reversal from there onwards. And we did have this fair value gap down here that we tapped into. Let's just mark that on. So we can see how we're reacting off these levels right now. All of this move to the upside. This is low resistance lows. So what I'm expecting is for these lows to get taken out as they're low resistant. And the way to identify low resistance lows is essentially what we want to do is we want to see price move and not take out any lows and continue moving up, essentially, not taking out any lows. And what happens is there's a lot of stop losses that are getting built up around these levels. And what would happen essentially is we will get a big move to the downside, taking out all of these liquidations. However, a high resistance low is where we have a move to the upside, comes back down, moves to the upside, we take out liquidity, move to the upside, we take out liquidity, and then we move up. So as you can see, we haven't really had much of that around these regions. So I am expecting price to move down aggressively. So this is a clear example of strong resistance highs. This is a good example of low resistance highs. So let's see how that plays out. It is looking good. I'm still looking bearish short term. Of course, long term, I'm still bullish. So let's see how that plays out. I'll keep you guys updated on any other further positions that I take. Again, if you like these types of videos, I trade crypto using the ICT strategy. Hit that like button and I'll see you in the next video.